Are you feeling lost and oftentimes wonder, will anyone ever find me in this dark place? I feel you, I see you, I was there until I found Jesus and His grace. Welcome to the If It's Just One podcast. I'm your host, Stashani Atkins. I must admit I don't have it all together, but I believe with a little encouragement we will make it to heaven together. We oftentimes underestimate the power of one, but Jesus left the 99 for one. And so, if this podcast only reaches one person, that's all that matters. This podcast will be focused on encouraging you, my brothers and sisters, to rise above the challenges that prevent us from being who God has called us to be. Stay tuned. We really need each other. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing my second episode and I will be talking about rejection. I believe rejection is another thing the enemy uses to prevent us from being who God has created us to be. All of us will experience rejection at some point in our lives. Maybe you applied for a job but you didn't get the job. Or you wanted to be a part of a company of friends, but you just didn't match up to their standards. Or let's get a bit more personal. You could be rejected by your parents. You have done everything to please them, but they just won't acknowledge that you have done well. It could even be your spouse. You have poured your all into the relationship, but this person only takes your kindness for granted. The truth is rejection, no matter what form it comes in, is painful and oftentimes come with the question, am I good enough? But if you're asking this question today, you are enough. Not because the world said it, not because I said it, but because God said it. 1 Peter 2 verse 9 says that we are a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that we should show forth the praises of Him who had called us out of darkness into His marvelous light. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe some people can't see you because they're still in the darkness and God has called you into His marvelous light? So let's take a minute to praise God for bringing us into His marvelous light. Because we're in His light, people in the darkness can't see us. It takes a different set of eyes to see us. It takes people who are in the light to see us. And while we're worrying about being rejected, we should be rejoicing that God is redirecting us to destiny, and maybe if those people who rejected us could see us, they would distract us from our destiny. So what if the rejection you felt from not getting that job is redirecting you to the career of your dreams? What if those group of friends who rejected you is redirecting you to the friends you need to excel in life? And what if that spouse who rejected you is redirecting you to the purpose partner you need to walk in purpose with? And what if the parents who rejected you is God's way of showing you that your destiny and survival is dependent on Him? Because Psalms 27 verse 10 says, when my mother and my father forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. You won't know, my brothers and sisters, unless you hold on to God and navigate this painful season of rejection. The most beautiful thing about walking with Jesus is that He not only knows what we're going through, He feels it as well, because Jesus was rejected. As a matter of fact, He was rejected by the people in His hometown who we think would have received Him. His friend Peter, who was there until the very end, rejected Him. And most heartbreaking of all, He was rejected by the people He came to save. 1 Peter 2 verse 4 refers to Jesus as the living stone, who was rejected by men but was chosen by God and is precious. And so you, my friends, I don't care who may reject you, and you shouldn't either, because you were fearfully and wonderfully made by God. And the beautiful thing about this story is that in 1 Peter 2 verse 7, it says, the same living stone which is Jesus that the builders refused has been made the head of the corner. Now how beautiful is that? And you, my friends, might one day be the head cornerstone of those who have rejected you. If you're going through rejection and you feel alone, you don't have to be. Just reach out and touch Jesus as he passes by. He will not be too busy to hear your heart cry. He is willing to leave the 99 for you. So, if you have a testimony of how God has turned a rejection into redirection, please feel free to share in the comment section. If this episode has encouraged you, please like and subscribe and share with someone you think it will encourage. See you in the next episode, and remember, we need Jesus and we need each other.